So bring your arms down by your side. Close your eyes. Let music. There's Caitlin. Good. Just turn your palms up. Soften into your space here. You've arrived. We'll figure out the best angle for this. Let's reach the arms all the way over your head and just stretch from your fingers to your toes. You want to go there? You could go right here if you want. There's more space. It's up to you. I'll move this over. Okay. I'll stop over managing logistics. Good. And then draw your knees into your chest and just hug everything in. And do some circles with your knees. So circling over, around to the left a couple times, and then circling to the right. So as we inch our way back towards things feeling more normal, I'm noticing it in teaching. It's very stark. And one of the things that I noticed, to draw your knees all the way over to the right, arms in a T, head to the left. One of the things that I was missing was adjusting, right? And when I was on retreat, I was able to adjust everybody. And so since I've been back, I've been more free with adjustments. So if you don't want me to adjust you, just let me know. I don't take it personally at all. But I started to think about the word adjustment. And we all know what it means, but I looked it up in the dictionary just to get the exact definitions. And there's two definitions. So the first one is, well, actually, this is the second one, but I'm going to read it first. A small alteration or movement made to achieve a desired fit, appearance, or result, right? So that's kind of what we think of as an adjustment, like a small tweak that changes things. Draw your knees back to center, over to the other side, change your gaze. Good. And then the first definition is actually the process of adapting or becoming used to a new situation. And I realize how both of those are very applicable in the world. And so we're going to play with that concept a little bit on the mat, how small changes in our movement can make a big difference. But there's also this idea of adapting. Draw your knees back, plant your feet to the floor, hip distance apart, keep the knees bent, press up into a bridge pose. Just check out what's going on today. Walk your shoulder blades towards each other, maybe interlace your hands. There's this opportunity that we have to make small tweaks in our thought process, what we say to ourselves, that can also make a huge difference, these adjustments. So what I realized as I feel like teaching is pretty much back to normal, thankfully, no masks anymore, all of that. I realized that I had created this tweak in my mind over the last year to help me as I adjusted to teaching during COVID. Slowly lower all the way down. You're going to interlace the hands behind your head, thread the fingers together, lift the knees up, draw the belly towards the spine, and we'll do some bicycle curls. So bring the right elbow to the left knee and straighten the right leg. Inhale it back. Exhale, bring it across. So go nice and slow. Inhale back. Exhale. Inhale, both knees come in. Exhale, left elbow outside right knee. Good. Nice and slow. Keep the belly strong and engaged. Good. Nice and slow. Use the breath. So what are the subtle adjustments that we can make that make a huge difference? Well, that belly drawing in, going slowly actually makes this much more challenging. So going nice and slow, pairing the breath. Just a couple more. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale back. Left elbow over right knee. Good. Draw both knees into your chest. We're gonna rock our way all the way up and into hands and knees. So coming all the way through, arch and round. So I realized I'd made this adjustment in the mind, exhale round, to kind of give myself a little bit of a pep talk sometimes when I was feeling overwhelmed. Inhale. I don't know if any of you guys, I know Fred was here like a couple times when I'd forget my computer, right? Or my head. One time I came with my AirPod little container, but the AirPods weren't in there. Another time they were dead. You know, there was just all these extra logistics and everybody's, you know, collective anxiety. So I would just create this mantra for myself. And I didn't even realize I was doing it until I started thinking about this adjustment idea. So I would get nervous and then I would just say, you got this, right? So that's our mantra today. You got this. If you make little adjustments and they take you out of your comfort zone, just remember, you got this, right? The next time you round, we're gonna curl to downward dog, right? So press back to downward dog, spread through your fingers, and let's make a couple little adjustments here. So roll out through your shoulders and then press into your thumb. Good. And then maybe one heel presses down as you bend into the other knee. Right, so we're just getting into the calves a little bit. Pressing back and forth, nice and slow. Good. Next time you do that second side of bending, straighten both legs and roll forward to plank. So roll all the way forward. Draw that gaze forward to the floor, find your plank. Keep your hips nice and high. Good. So we're gonna stay here. We're gonna choose what kind of adjustments we wanna make today, but maybe we wanna try to lift the right leg up, right? Walk the plank. Belly draws in. So if you can gauge the belly, that small little change, it supports the leg, the hip flexors help you. Lower the right foot, lift the left. Good. Remember, knees can come to the mat. That can be your adjustment too. We can choose less. We don't have to choose more. We can choose less. Just making that choice. Set the left toes down. We're going to lower all the way to the mat. If you want to use your knees, go ahead. Nice and slow. Good. Coming to flat. Beautiful. As you inhale, let's find a little baby cobra here. So lift the chest, roll those shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Then we're going to put the forearms to the mat. So we're going to come into Sphinx pose. Press down into the hands and spread each finger and then lift the chest, roll the heart up. Good. Exhale, lower that all the way down. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Curl your toes under. You decide if you want to lift up through plank or you want to roll back to downward dog. As we make small alterations in our physical practice, mindfully, we can notice powerful change. Same thing in the mind, right? Small little changes. If you start to feel anxious or nervous or question, Maybe you have that little mantra for yourself, right? Mine's "you got this," whatever it is for you. Okay, so we're gonna drop one forearm down at a time. You're gonna come to dolphin pose. So drop onto your forearms, good, Fed. Press into your heel, into your inner ankles. So imagine those inner ankles are squeezing towards each other. Then move up and squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Good. Beautiful. And we're going to move forward to a dolphin plank now. So shift all the way forward. I know this feels early. You're going to walk the toes back or the elbows forward, and then lower the hips down to the mat. Come into your Sphinx. Inhale. Press into those forearms. Good. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Press into a high cobra or upward dog if you'd like. Soften those shoulders down. Good. Let's roll it back. Downward dog. Pressing in to the heels. Pedal out the feet if you want. Think about the hands spreading nice and wide. Rolling out through the shoulders. Into the thumbs. We get to make all these little adjustments. And sometimes those little adjustments, just noticing little things, can make a huge difference. That's what mindfulness offers us, right? That's what this practice gives us. We're going to start to walk the feet towards the hands. Take your time. Once you get there, bend your knees, let your chest line on your thighs. And maybe hug your arms behind your knees. That's better. Waiting. All right. Release the arms. Let's roll it up nice and slow. Take your time as you come up to Mountain Tadasana. Open your palms to face forward, ground into both feet, draw the belly in, get nice and tall, soften the shoulders. So this is how we should stand all the time. Feels really strange, right? This little adjustment, we're getting tall. Inhale, bring your arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, we're gonna forward fold, hinge and fold, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna step through our plank, chaturanga, but move through it mindfully. Notice if there's little adjustments you can make. Inhale, press, good, good, Fed. Exhale it back, downward dog. Letting those heels work their way towards the mat. Maybe it's one at a time, maybe it's both of them. Nice and long. Check out where your gaze is. Where are you looking? Maybe in between the legs. Little changes, little adjustments. We adapt to the changing environment on the mat. Humans are incredibly flexible if we let ourselves be, right? Versatile, adapting. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms all the way around and up. Exhale, bring your hands out. Okay, again, to Namaskar A. Arms around and up, inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna move through plank chaturanga. Part of making adjustments means skipping things that don't serve you. Inhale, right? On the mat and off, both in actions and in thoughts, right? Sometimes we get into this cycle of thought and we're like, oof, this is not serving me, right? I need to adjust here. You have that opportunity. Dropping onto your forearms, find your dolphin, please. Maybe the palms ground into the mat. Good, Michelle. Perhaps we lift the right leg up, a little change. Notice how it feels. Keep that right inner thigh rolling towards the left. Good. What if we shifted forward to dolphin plank with the leg lifted? How does that work? If it doesn't, you set the toes down first. Good. Set the lifted toes down now and lower into your Sphinx pose. So hips lower. Press into your Sphinx. Exhale, we're going to lower it all the way down. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up into high cobra, upward dog. We'll roll it back, downward dog. Good. Left leg, actually, we're going to come into dolphin first. Drop onto your forearms once again. Pressing into those palms. Hips are staying lifted. Good, Pam. Just relax your head. Yeah. Lift here. Yep. And then we're going to lift that left leg now. Flex the foot. Keep that lifted inner thigh rolling towards that standing one. From here, let's slide it forward to dolphin plank with your leg lifted. Good. When you're ready, set those toes down, set the hips down, press into your Sphinx pose with your inhale. Exhale, lower it all the way down. Hands walk back underneath the shoulders. We'll press up again, high cobra this time, upward dog if you'd like. Good, and then find your way back, downward dog. So as we adjust, we adapt to what is being offered. Let's walk the feet wide on the mat, maybe to the edges and the hands too. So wide-legged downward dog and wide armed downward dog. Pressing those heels back, softening into the shoulders, spreading into the fingers, keeping the belly strong. And then we're going to walk the fingers your hands center so your thumbs touch and your feet together so your big toes touch. Okay, this is narrow downward dog. Little shift, adjustments, big changes. Come back to shoulder and hip width for your downward dog, and we're going to hop up to the top of the mat. Or step, whatever you want. You decide. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, let's forward fold. Good, we're gonna sit into our chair. So find your Utkatasana here. Pressing back into those heels, lift the chest. Good. With your exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Exhale, let's move through plank chaturanga. When we start to doubt ourselves, judge ourselves, maybe draw yourself back to that mantra, right? I got this. It's a simple little adjustment, but it breaks that pattern in the mind. Right leg's gonna lift, so you're gonna find a three-legged dog here. As you exhale, let's bend the knee, draw to your nose, round forward, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee all the way to the mat. As you inhale, let's float those arms up to the sky, find your Anjaneyasana. Soften the shoulders, hands, good, good, Alice. Move your knee out towards the pinky toe edge of the foot. Let's bring the hands behind the back now. Interlace the fingers. Roll those shoulders. Good. Soften the shoulders. Beautiful. Now, what if we just made this little adjustment? We're going to look over the right shoulder. Okay, so you're going to look back over the right shoulder. Now it's a twist. It's like magic. Reach those arms back behind you. Good. Draw your gaze forward. Step the hands down, one on either side of your front foot. Curl the back toes under and float your right leg up into a three-legged dog. Let's stack that hip, maybe rolling and opening through that hip a little with the knee. All right, hips come back. That same knee is going to come forward again. So right knee forward. Step the foot in between the hands. Let's keep the back knee lifted this time. Just a little adjustment, but it makes a huge difference. Wrap the left hip forward. Come all the way up. Arms up. Once again, we're going to interlace those hands behind the back. Same threading of the hands. Reach the arms back. Bend into the front knee. Squeeze your left buttock. Notice if that stabilizes you. Start to maybe draw your gaze over that right shoulder as you twist and look towards your back foot maybe. Arms reaching diagonally away. Gaze is going to come forward. Left hand floats down inside right foot. Right arm's going to reach all the way up to the sky. Spread those fingers. If you want to add in a side plank here, feel free. Come to the pinky toe edge of that left foot. Maybe right leg comes on top. Maybe right arm over, maybe gaze up to the sky. You decide. Play with those little adjustments and see what is available. We're going to meet in our downward dog. So flow through if you'd like. Skip if you don't. We get to, when we're in touch with these little subtle adjustments in thinking and movement, it's like the world opens up to us. We get to choose. We're not just going through the motions. Left leg's gonna lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, that knee is gonna draw towards your nose. We're gonna step the foot in between the hands, drop your back knee all the way to the mat. Inhale, arms are gonna reach all the way up, softening through the shoulders. Good. Good, if you can, bend into that knee a little more, beautiful. Bring the arms behind your back. Let's try the alternate threading of the hands. The subtle adjustment feels different. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other. Good. And then begin to look over that left shoulder. So notice the twist that happens. Arms are reaching diagonally away. Belly draws in. Maybe squeeze your right buttocks for a little extra support. Let those shoulders drop down. And then set the hands to the mat. Let's float into our three-legged dog again. So float that left leg up. This time we're gonna stack, so bend the knee, press through the hands. And then bring your hips back. That same knee, left knee is gonna come forward again. We're gonna round all the way through. Step the foot. Wrap your right inner thigh forward, draw the belly in, come all the way up. So the same but different. Working towards straightening, so you're leaning back a little, Pam. Yes, there you go. Good job. Hands are gonna come behind the back, that same alternate threading of the hands. Reach back through the arms. And then start to gaze over that left shoulder again. So it brings you into a subtle twist. Good. Maybe those arms are reaching away from you. Good, Caitlin. Bend a little into the front knee if you can. Yeah. As you exhale, hands come to the mat. We're gonna meet in our, oh no, we're not. We need to do our side. So right, left, what are we doing? Right hand down, left arm up. Swift. Sorry guys, lost it for a second. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Good. And then if you want your side plank, how could I forget about the side plank? Stack if you want. Good, Pam. So try to press into the big toe side of that bottom foot. Gonna lift your lower waist up. Yes, you're close. If you can, look up to the sky. Good, Caitlin. Beautiful, Alice. We're gonna meet in downward dog. You make your adjustment. Good. Okay, let's plant the left foot and step the right foot forward. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Good. Soften the shoulders. So from your warrior one, you're gonna lift the back heel and come into our high lunge. So it's a little adjustment, but it's tough, right? Squeeze through the left buttock. Hands are gonna come to the heart now. We're gonna let the left elbow tuck outside the right knee. So draw your gaze up to the sky. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. If you want to adjust, separate the hands. Maybe bring one hand to a block or the floor. Good, beautiful. We're gonna open to warrior two. So windmill it all the way open. Ground through that back foot. Bending into that front knee. Moving your knee out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Good. Turn your palms up. Let's reverse the warrior here. So bring that back arm back. Just don't lose the front knee. Yeah. So we adjust. We're towards straightening. Good. And then right forearm's gonna come to right thigh. Left arm's gonna reach up to the sky. Okay, if you want to, you're gonna bring that left arm over your ear towards the front of the room. And then maybe that right arm's gonna meet there too. So it's like you're holding this big beach ball. It's a little adjustment, but it's intense, right? Sometimes those tiny little changes, just one arm changing, makes a huge difference. All right, hands are gonna come to the hips. Let's straighten your front leg. To find our trikonasana here. So lots of choices for triangle pose. You can float the right hand down the leg, left arm up. You can grab the ankle. You can even hook your big toe if you want to. Yeah. So we're gonna open it here. Yeah, beautiful. Maybe that top arm starts to float over the ear towards the front of the room. If you want to play with this again, maybe that bottom arm does too. Right? Floating triangle. 2 more breaths here. Okay, both hands are going to come to the mat inside your right foot. So walk your right foot out to the edge a little bit. And then we're going to step the back foot up a little closer with the toes pointing a little more forward. So we're going to fold the head down. It's a modification of Parsvottanasana, right? So let your head hang, Michelle. Yep. No tension here. The left hand will stay down. Right arm's going to float up to the sky. Keep the left hand down inside the foot. So moving towards a revolved triangle. but we're gonna add something. We're gonna lift those front toes up. Just this little adjustment. It draws the energy into the calf. Okay. Good breath in here. As you exhale, press into that foot again. Bring the hand down. We're going to meet in downward dog. So bend your knee if you want to. We'll float our way into downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Plant your right foot, step your left foot forward, warrior one, arms reach up to the sky. First one on this side. Bending into the front knee, pressing into your back heel and big toe. Soften the shoulders. And then we're just gonna float off that back heel. And I say just kind of as a joke because it's really challenging to make that little adjustment. You guys all made it look easy though, so. Bring your hands to your heart and we're gonna twist. So right elbow outside left knee. I will say I taught on Wednesday and I've taught in my backyard and it is harder to do it on the grass, I will say. I think a nice solid floor is welcomed. Good. If you want more, maybe you're separating the hands. Good. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze your right buttocks. All of that helps to stabilize. Beautiful. From here, we're going to open to warrior two. So windmill it open. Round the back heel down. Arms are nice and strong. Yes. Good. Let's find our reverse warrior now. So right hand's gonna float to that back right leg, left arm reaches up. Notice the front knee bending into it. Good. And then let the left forearm come to left thigh. Let your right arm reach up. When you're ready, that arm's gonna reach over the ear. So we're gonna get this nice long line. Yeah. Pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. From here, if you want to, you're gonna make that little subtle adjustment. Reach that arm, bottom arm forward too. Adding in the core. Good. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Let's bring those hands to the hips. Come on out. Straighten your front leg. Good. Moving into Trikonasana. So dropping the left hip, lifting the right, floating the left hand down, reaching the right arm up to the sky. Here we are. From here, we can adjust, right? We take step one and then we think, do I want to add a little more here? Do I want to float that top arm over the ear? Do I want to add the bottom arm? And maybe the answer is no, right? But we're asking the question. We're not just moving through our trance, we're asking the question. We're noticing those little adjustments, this process of adapting. Good. Okay, now we're gonna find both hands inside that left foot. So as we do, the left foot's gonna move out towards the edge of your mat a little bit. The right foot's gonna step up a bit. So move it out towards the right side of your mat. Yep, and then wrap forward. Good. Let the head hang here. So this is a version of Parsvottanasana. It's a little different. There's a little adaptation here. Let the head hang. So what can we notice off the mat? Are there little adjustments we've made in our thinking that we want to change, that we realize we can change. Right hand down, left arm up to the sky. Let's find our revolved Trikonasana. Okay, I'm gonna open this here. Think about that, yep. And then maybe lift those front toes. Good. 2 more breaths here. And then bring the hand down, bend into your front knee. We're gonna meet in downward dog. So you decide how you get there. Right. If you want your vinyasa, go for it. If you don't, don't. Okay. Take a couple breaths here. If you need a rest, take it. Right. Adapt to your situation here. If you need that, offer it up to yourself. You got this. As you inhale, we'll eventually find our way up on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees. We're going to hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back here. Exhale, we're going to fold, let the head hang. Inhale, we're going to find our chair. So sit into Utkatasana, soften the shoulders, press back into the heels. As you exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the heart and we're going to twist. So left elbow outside, right knee. Top elbow points up to the sky. Good. So from here, we're going to make this little adjustment. We're going to lift the heels, press into the toes, and lower into Pashasana squat. So we're in a low squat. Come all the way down. Yep, knees might crack, don't worry. All good. Good, draw your gaze up towards that top elbow, maybe towards the sky. There may be a couple of us that want to play with side Bakasana here. So if you do, left elbow stays inside the left knee. Right elbow is going to come into the right hip. Both hands ground down. You create this little shelf for you to float into a side Bakasana. Now, once you're here, you can make adjustments, right? You could separate the leg. You could lift off that back elbow. All little adjustments, right? Bend your elbows even more, Michelle. Yeah, so think about your head being just a couple inches from the floor, which can be scary. So keep bending, bend, bend, bend. Yeah, like chaturanga arms. That's where we're going. All right, we're gonna come back. Yeah, she got it. But you're looking forward because you're afraid to look down, which is totally okay. Yeah, there you go. Belly in. Yeah, you got it. Side Bakasana. All right, come into a forward fold, feet hip distance. Just hook your big toes, hang here, let the head shake out. All right. Keep your feet parallel. They can get closer together if you want. We're going to come back into Utkatasana now. So sit into your chair. And then we're going to bring the hands to the heart. Right elbow comes outside left knee now. So find your chair twist or your Utkatasana twist. Okay, now we're going to make that little adjustment. You're going to lift the heels and bend the knees and come down into Pashasana. Twist. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Draw your gaze up to the sky. You can stay here. You can decide to play with side Bakasana again. So this time, right elbow stays at the knee, hand comes down, left elbow comes back to the hip. Both hands are grounding down. And then, good, Fred. Beautiful. Good, Alice. Try to move that bottom knee up a little higher on your arm. So above your elbow. Yeah, like tuck it under. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. You got it. Nice, Caitlin. Go, Michelle. Belly in. That, engage the core. You're going to be more stable. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. All right. Whew. Just wait till you see what's coming next. Forward fold. All right, slide your hands underneath your feet, let your head go. Shake it out. Good. And release the hands from underneath the feet. Let's come into our chair. Utkatasana, just a breath. Inhale. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, move through your vinyasa or skip it. You decide. Inhale. Good. Shoulders lift. Exhale it back. Downward dog. Press back into the heels and breathe here. Okay, we're going to drop onto those forearms again. So come onto your forearms. And then we're going to shift into our dolphin plank once again. So this time we're coming into dolphin side plank. So right hand comes towards left elbow. We're going to roll into the right outside of the foot. Lift the left arm up. Try to squeeze through your lower side waist. So your right side waist, you want to squeeze through that. Get those obliques working. We're going to roll right to the other side. So left hand comes towards right elbow. Coming into the left side of the outside of the foot. Lift through your left side waist. I know, squeeze. All right, the other side works. All right, come on back. We're gonna lower down, hips down, head down. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Keep your chin tucked in so your neck is long. So we're gonna lift the legs, but for the first Shalabhasana, I want you to squeeze your buttocks. So as you inhale, you're gonna lift the legs, squeeze your butt really tight, and then lift the chest and lift the head. All right, so you're gonna be working your glutes right now. Feel it in your glutes. Hands can hover, elbows squeeze in. And then lower that all the way down. Chin comes back into the chest. Okay, so this next one, do not squeeze your butt. So even though your legs aren't gonna come up as high, don't squeeze your butt. Just notice the difference. As you inhale, you're gonna lift the legs and then relax your buttocks as much as you can and lift the chest and lift the chin. So little adjustment. It moves the work into the lower back. Do you guys feel the difference? Okay. So that we're strengthening the multifidi of the spine, those little muscles in between the vertebrae of your spine. When we squeeze the buttocks, we kind of shut those guys off. The buttocks takes over. The glutes are a really strong muscle. They take over. Exhale, lower that down. Let's press into our hands and knees and come to child's pose for a moment. So wide-legged if you want, or knees together, it doesn't matter, whatever feels good. Make whatever adjustments you need to make. You got this. make our way back to downward dog. Find your way back to downward dog. Good. So do the fingers. And then as you inhale, come on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Good. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna sit into our chair, Utkatasana, press into the heels, soften the shoulders. Exhale, hands are gonna come to the heart. So left elbow outside, right knee, let's twist. Lift those heels up, press into the toes. We're back in Tadasana squat. Okay, so choices here. You can come into Malasana this time if you want, like a wide-legged squat and hang out, stick a block under you and wait. That's cool. You can do the twist. You can play with side Bakasana, or we're gonna add a little bit of an adjustment. This pose is called Cutie Pie Crow. All right. It's a little, I don't think that was the tip of the Iyengar name, but that's kind of the name that people use. So left hand stays in the same spot. Right forearm comes down. So your right forearm lines up with your left hand. Make sense? Then you lift. The cutie pie is the hand comes to your cheek. Okay, so this is Cutie Pie Crow. Little adjustment, big change. Feel free to do anything you want. If you want to be in Malasana, be my guest. Please feel free to do that. Okay, yeah. So you're balanced. So left elbow and then right forearm. So like we've been doing a lot of forearm planks today, is preparing for that. So you're basically balancing your legs on one arm instead of two. Belly in, squeeze your navel in. Yes, good, Caitlin. You got it. Cutie Pie Crow. Yeah. Michelle got it. Good job. All right. I know. Where do those yogis come up with this stuff, right? Okay. Good. It's a lot on the elbows, a lot on the shoulders, a lot of work. All right, forward fold, top of the mat again. This time, turn your hands the other way. So bottom of your hand is gonna press into the mat. Bottom of your foot's gonna be on the top of the hand. Breathe here. Shake out the head. Relax your head, Caitlin. All right, release that. We're gonna come back into Utkatasana, second side. Arms up first, inhale. And then hands to the heart, right elbow outside, left knee. Let's sit into our twist. Good, press into the heels. And we're gonna lift off those heels, lower into our Padasana squat. And then you decide from here, you can go back into Malasana if you want. You can stay in twisted Padasana, play with side Bakasana, or work into Cutie Pie Crow. So right elbow stays at the knee, left forearm comes down. So left elbow lines up with right hand, lift, and then fingertips maybe to the cheek, right? Notice if you squeeze your belly in, that you find more stability. Hot in here. Fred's like, yeah, as I'm dripping with sweat. Yes, Fred is hot. All right. Cool. I think we can come to seated now. I don't think we have to go through a vinyasa unless you guys want to. All right. So we're going to work into double pigeon. So we're ankle to knee. So bend your left leg so the thigh lines up with the side of your mat and the bottom part of your leg lines up with the front of your mat. And then we're going to do the same thing with the right. So your knee might be up, okay? What I care about most is that your right ankle is on the knee and your foot is hanging off. Yeah, good, good. And then the same thing with the bottom. So the left ankle is right underneath the right knee. Good. You can always do this on your back if this is too much sitting. If your knees are down, you can start to walk forward. Pam, bring your bottom foot a little forward, underneath the knee a little more. There you go. Breathe here. Something weird is happening with my music. And then lead with the head, come on up. And let's just step this right foot to the outside of the left knee. Walk your left heel in. We'll do our seated twist. So left hand comes to the knee or elbow. Right arm comes behind. Inhale, we're gonna get nice and tall. Exhale, we're gonna twist. And again, inhale, lengthen here. And exhale, twist. Last one, inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Bring it back around, bring your right arm inside the left knee. Just walk your left hand over. We'll do a little counter. And then come on back forward and switch. Bring the right leg on the bottom, bring the left leg on top. Left ankle on right knee. Both feet are flat. Breathing here. Maybe walking forward. Walk the hands back. Step the left foot to the outside of the right knee. Draw your right heel in. And we're gonna twist. So left hand comes behind, right hand comes to knee or elbow to knee. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, we're gonna twist. Good. Again, inhale. So Caitlin, you wanna twist the other way? No, the legs were right. You wanna be on the outside of the leg. Oh, okay, got it. There you go. Inhale. Not wrong, it's just an adjustment. Come back around. So bring the left elbow inside the right knee, draw your gaze over the right shoulder. And then bring your gaze forward. Let's straighten the legs. Just adjust, make sure your sitting bones are grounded. Belly draws in, lift the arms, soften the shoulders. As you exhale, we're gonna fold forward, coming into your Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Think about one line from head to tail here. Okay, how do we adjust to create that? Everybody's Paschimottanasana looks different. And then lead with the head, we're gonna come on up. You're gonna bend the knees and start to lower slowly onto your back. All the way onto your back. Good. And then make sure your feet are stacked right underneath your knees. And we're gonna, good, nice and slow, Fred, good. And we're gonna come up into one final back bend of your choice. So you decide what that is for you, Urvta or bridge. Just parallel your feet, good, beautiful. Nice, Caitlin. Good hands, you can walk your shoulders under a little more. Yeah, good. And then begin to lower slowly down. Just walk your feet wide on the mat and swing your knees from side to side. Just let go of that lower spine. And then begin to lower the legs down to the floor. Arms down by your side, eyes closed. As you come into your Shavasana, remember that this concept of the adjustment is not just a physical idea, it also works in the mind. Is there a little adjustment you can make that will be of great service to you? Perhaps it's just that little cheering section in the mind or something else, breaking a cycle of thought that is not serving you. So as you lay down in your rest, I'm gonna walk around and give you a little adjustment. If you do not want me to, just put your hands on your heart. I will leave you alone. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And reach your arms all the way over your head and stretch. Fingers to toes. And then draw your knees into your chest. And make your way slowly onto your right side. And then find your way up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. And sit in this powerful space that you created in the body and the mind. It is my honor and pleasure, as always, to guide you this morning. I wish you a wonderful weekend, everybody. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.